And I want to talk about a glitch, just for the record. If you suddenly saw earlier this morning a bunch of my old videos made public, that wasn't me, okay? I had turned off all of my videos, turned them all off, put them all private. But this morning this happened on this channel, but yesterday it happened on my other channel, which I had done the same thing to, was to put them all on private. Yesterday I had a suspicion when it put a whole bunch of old videos on public, that I had a suspicion of what could have caused it. And then today, this morning when it happened again, I was certain. Now it would take too much to go into detail, but I did not do that. Like I said, it was a glitch, and it would just take too much of the whole thing to go into detail. Okay, now I want to clear up something else. If you saw that last video that I had made, it's on private. It's been on private since not long after I made it. I want to make something clear. It wasn't a troll, okay? It was not a troll, but in a way it was. If that makes any sense, let me explain if it doesn't. But I had been trolled, I don't know how long ago it was, and I've mentioned that whenever I get a troll comment now, more recent time, when I get a comment from a channel that I don't know, I will skim the comment. And if it says anything like right off the bat that it's going to be a troll comment, I block delete. I don't have time to waste in my life with troll comments like that. So they don't really get into my mind. But one of them, quite a while back, did, and somebody else got hit with that same kind of comment. Of course, we could say that trolls basically have a script too. They say pretty much the same thing. Well, this is kind of unusual comment, by the way. I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not giving any validation like that. But they hit somebody else that I know, and somebody I was commenting on her channel, okay, which is kind of disturbing enough because what happened to her went really deep, and she's okay, but just the similarity of how it went, it really, it bothered me. But like I said, I don't give trolls a platform. That all my comments have to be approved. Now that's something kind of relatively new for me, is to have it set to where it is approved. And if I use my cell phone to upload, I have to set it on each video. Sometimes I forget. If I upload it on my Android, that doesn't go to desktop. Now if I uploaded it directly to desktop, which I can't from my Android, unless I'm using my computer, I can then. So I have to set the comments to approved. I see them before anybody else. Nobody else will see them unless I approve them. And this is a feature anybody can use. As far as I know, I don't think you can do it on an iPad or on an iPhone. I don't know. I have still yet to find out how much to get on my iPad to get to desktop. I can do it on my Android, but not my iPad, my Mac. Apple, what do they call it these days? I lived through that era. But anyway, now her channel got hit, but it wasn't the only one. And basically a lot of these, this was going on over time, but it got really bad, and a lot of people are being pushed underground in a way, which I mean going to Patreon, which I have a Patreon, but I would never use it because I'm not going to get a PayPal. I think I actually had one from many years ago. I don't know, but I'm not going to do all that. I don't want to charge people to listen to me. If that were the case, I would do it. I would have it on my channel open. But no. So anyway, so they're being pushed underground, and I think this is very wrong, and it needs to be noticed and taken care of. Seriously, it needs to be taken care of. Now, some things that were happening to me did get taken care of. Some of my problems that I was having, and it was a whole slew of them all at once. But one of them might have been corrected, but I would have to put up 4 videos basically on the same topic. And since when do I ever do that? To test it. But like I said, I am needing a break. Not even a break. I was just sick of it. Really, I was sick of it. And of course, something gets corrected after I'm sick of it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really feel like making that kind of video. You know, something on the same 4 topics and all that. I really needed to get away, and I need to get away. And I'm not like coming back, but I wanted to clear up some things. And I don't know if I'm just going to stay that way or to wait till some dust settles. It looks like it is. Or just stay away, you know, totally. I don't know yet. For a moment here, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but the temperature is 57 degrees. Thank goodness, finally. And it's still morning. And there is a mound of ice sitting right on the bottom, close to the middle, more on the right hand side. A mound of ice, and then there's a tree that they're planting. This is a new planting they've just recently planted, and they have a little bit of that ice around it, and there's one to the left of me, and they have a little bit of ice around it. Would somebody like to tell me why they would do that? Squirrel moment. Besides all what I've already mentioned, I was really just getting disturbed by these parodies. And no, I don't watch them, but if I watch somebody, I usually watch and then I hear about them. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, the parodies, they're so vicious. You know, just the behavior is so vicious. And of course, you know, hearing about trolls and stuff like that. But there was one more that I saw myself, and it was more of it was like a recommended, but it was a live stream. And I don't watch these 2 people, but I did that day. I clicked only for like a minute, maybe. I don't know how long. You know, you can say a lot in a minute. But I clicked on it, and just in time to hear one of them give some really awful advice that could be very detrimental to someone's health, okay? Anybody watching, really, if they took that kind of advice, if they thought along that line. And that was really disturbing, seriously disturbing. It goes further than that, but it really annoyed me that sometimes those channels are recommended next to mine. That really got to me. I don't know if anybody watching knows that we're not putting, the person making the video is not putting the recommended videos next to their videos. The AI does that. YouTube does that. You know, their AI. We don't do that personally. So, you know, they could put up somebody that I would not recommend next to my videos. A really noisy and huge propane truck drove up next to me. Huge one. I've never seen one that big. So I thought I'd go ahead and leave, and it was noisy. But anyway, I mean, some of these things, and now, you know, let me get to this point. My own videos, I did a video about this, that they stopped recommending my videos back in, let's see, what was it? I think July 11th or something, when 2 weeks prior to that, for the 2 weeks prior to it, for the whole of that, they had been recommending a video about, that was not about what I usually talk about, okay, that I had made. It was about a crazy neighbor one, and they recommended it, and it really, really promoted that video. It had over, well, I think the total was something like 8,300, you know, 8,300 views. My channel is very small. There's no way. So it had recommending it for 2 straight weeks, then it stopped. And then after that, my recommended, which you can find under suggested, under your analytics, traffic source, and then suggested, that went from 25% prior to those 2 weeks, you know, for all the time that I've been on YouTube, and it stopped after that video and went down to 5%, around 5% average, and it hasn't changed since. Okay, this is February 1st, and It hasn't changed since around July 11th after then. Yeah, so they really did a number on my channel, and I did report that too. Seriously, usually whenever I report a problem on my channel, like I used to have this strange one at putting on end screens. It would just make the screen go black, total black, and I reported it. I would wait for a while to see maybe if it was just a glitch and they'd catch it, but they wouldn't. Then I would report it, and as soon as I reported it, it would get fixed. So, of course, I wouldn't get any feedback on they fixed it or what was the problem or any of that, but they would fix it. And it happened more than once, and they fixed it right then. And the odds of somebody waiting the same length of time and doing it at the same time is not that high, There were a lot of things that were going on all at the same time, including all those glitches of me trying to upload. Okay, and I said that it's not worth it. Well, all of it wasn't worth it. When it all came around at the same time, seriously, yeah, and then seeing that, people getting threatened by other people, wow, all of it. But the other glitches, I've mentioned a little bit of them, but they were, I think, mainly at the end of the videos, that I could put up a video and nobody would be able to see it, except for me, okay? So, and I think it was about 4 or 5 videos. And then there was one of them, somebody told me, left a comment saying that the picture was just all black. Okay, so yeah, we'll see if it changes. But like I say, I really need a vacation all around from YouTube. And I had made a video, more than one. I don't know if that one actually made it public or not, but that topic. But it was that I really felt like, I need to sit back and relax, and just see what happens with all these, like the changes and everything coming about. Does it improve it? Are they going to look at these parody channels, drama channels, parody channels, and see those as also the conspiracy theory or misinformation channels? I don't know. What are they going to see as those? Since last Friday announced it, today's Friday. Let's see what changes. That's what I felt, but I've even felt that before, and that's when I made the video before then. I want to see, sit back and relax and see what happens, because I did have this feeling there was going to be some major changes in YouTube all around. I do agree that there needs to be changes, like that is one of them. But I see it more as the people who are putting out things that can be harmful to other people. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like I said, watching that, just a little bitty small moment, and somebody was giving advice to a live stream, and people watching the live stream, and it could be potentially very dangerous, okay, to anybody watching if they took that advice. And I'm serious, that was bad. It was really bad. I know that YouTube can't monitor every video, every live stream, of course not. And some people would say, that it's a censorship and so on and so forth. Well, if somebody's putting out something dangerous, think that maybe somebody, put yourself in the person's shoes. What if it were you or somebody, one of your loved one that took the wrong advice and led to serious harm? Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Shoot the messenger, because I didn't make the law. But yeah, you can't say everything that you want to say. Read up on it. Don't go for confirmation bias and say that you want to see that you can say everything. But go and look and see what you can't say. Okay, you can't say everything. You just can't say anything, that is going to be... Look it up. Look it up. I say, don't shoot the messenger. I didn't write it. It's there, though. Like I just said, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. It's called empathy. That's what a lot of people are talking about when it comes to narcissism, They lack empathy. All right? So, think about it. Wrapping this up, just wanted to touch base. I think I covered everything. I wrote everything down. So I'm looking at it, but one of them, I don't know what it means. I should have written more than one word. I wrote A-S-K-E-D, asked. What? Oh well. Yeah, I need a break. So I just thought I'd give this little more of an explanation and go, take my break. At least a break. I might return. Talk to y'all later.